Come to Helmuth Ford, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
Jace Race 2025 is Saturday, June 7th at the North Mahaska Junior Senior High School in New Sharon. The 5K starts at 8 a.m., followed by the 1 mile fun run. To sign up, use the links on the North Mahaska Education Foundation's Facebook page. Pre-registration guarantees you a t-shirt, but you can also sign up the day of the race. There will be some giveaways and first place prizes. In memory of Jace Carrico, who passed in 2008, the Carrico family appreciates the community's support.
Southern Iowa, it's rodeo time. The 2025 Albia Chamber Main Street Rodeo returns Saturday, June 7th at the Monroe County Fairgrounds. Rogue Rodeo brings us 8 thrilling events, a bull ride showdown, comedy from Ronald Burton, and the dazzling Diamonds and Dust performance. Gates open at 5 p.m. for food, fun, and high-energy action await. Tickets on sale now at albiachambermainstreet.org. Adults $15 in advance, $20 at the gate. Kids only $10. Saddle up for a night of tradition and thrill. Don't miss it.
Gordy and Debbie present Country Legends at the Watch Your Opera House in Watch Your, Iowa this Friday, June 6th from 7 to 9 p.m. Find more information at GordyandDebbie.com. Tickets are $30 for adults, $15 for 18 and under. You can also purchase at the door or online at WatchYourOperaHouse.org. Go on a nostalgic musical journey as Gordy and Debbie present Country Legends this Friday from 7 to 9 at the Watch Your Opera House. A new event is happening in Hedrick, Iowa. Hedrick Shop and Rock the Block on Friday, June 6th from 4 to 8 p.m. on Hedrick Main Street. Your first stop is at the Hedrick Bank office of South Ottumwa Savings Bank to get your shopping bag and then check out all the great vendors. Plus, there's live music from 4:30 to 7:30. Bring your favorite people, your lawn chairs, and let's make it a night to remember in Hedrick. Enjoy live music, local vendors, food trucks, and fun. It's the Hedrick Shop and Rock the Block, Friday, June 6th.
Hi, I'm Brenda Pape, owner of the Unique Salon here in Oskaloosa, Iowa, and we are hiring a hairstylist. This station could be yours if you're interested in the job here at the Unique Salon. We have openings for a commission-based stylist or even a rental stylist. So if you're interested, please get back to me at the Unique Salon, 673-4969. Thank you.
And welcome in. We've got baseball action for you tonight here on Steve Shuttler Media, Facebook and YouTube. And we are at a sunny, warm evening in New Sharon, Iowa, as North Mahaska takes on Montezuma in baseball action. We thank our sponsors for making tonight's game possible. Oski Dental, Kelly Style at State Farm Insurance, First State Bank, Proline Building Company, Memories Travel by Jess, Mahaska Drug, and also on Montezuma's side, we've got AE Realty and Montezuma Star Lanes. So thanks to all those sponsors for being on board. We've got Josh Clubb, of course, here to do the play-by-play. Josh, we're just a few minutes away from the first pitch. Why don't you fill us in on what you got?
All right, yeah, it'll be time to do the national anthem pretty much right now. So we'll do a little pregame here as they're warming up. So we'll let you listen in to the national anthem here at the field. Alrighty, that was the playing with the national anthem here on the field at North Mahaska. Little pause there. Had to wait for the the softball field to finish their introductions, but get into the starting lineups here as both these teams starting this early season at 2-2. Most recently, Montezuma lost to Kyoto 11-1. Prior to that, on May 29th, they were at Colfax Mingo and won that one 13-2. North Mahaska, most recently at HLB, where they won 18-17. High scoring game there between those two squads. And then, of course, there 2 games ago, the one we had right here was Lenville Sully came here and North Mahaska lost 9-4. All 4 runs scored in the 7th inning for the Warhawks that night. So did not go down without a fight. But North Mahaska Montezuma, Steve, we covered some great basketball games between these two schools, both boys and girls. See if we can get something like that here tonight on the baseball diamond. But starting out, we'll start with the Braves, who will be batting first because they are the visiting team. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 1, Gavin Wilcox, the freshman. Batting second, pitching the junior wearing number 5, Luke Ursulus. Batting third and playing third base, a sophomore, number 3, Easton Hudnut. Batting fourth, a junior playing center field, number 8, Brooke Stockman. Batting fifth, catching a sophomore, Rhett Paragon. He's wearing jersey number 7. Batting sixth, playing first base, the junior, number 32, Isaac Wedgwood. Batting seventh and playing right field, the senior, Lars Taylor. He wears jersey number 2. Batting eighth, playing left field, an 8th grader, number 29, Ty Smothers. And batting at ninth, playing second base, another 8th grader, number 18, Nolan Hudnut. And the Warhawks will get into their batting order here momentarily. The way they take the field is Vanderveer's got is on the hill. Ferguson back there catching. Got Meelan at third, Nunakoven at short. Gumont at second, Kelderman at first. Bowender left, Van Smersbergen in center, and Wernley in right. And the first pitch from Vanderveer is away and ripped down the left field line and falling foul. Good first pitch swing there by Wilcox. But just allows strike, and he'll start out 0-1 here. And that noise was my microphone falling out of the stand. There's the second pitch is outside and high for ball number 1. So it's a 1-1. Had it tilted forward just a little too far and came tumbling down. Wilcox stays in. Vanderveer deals from the left. The pitch is right down the middle and called a strike for strike number 2. Counting 1-2 to the leadoff batter. Shortstop for the Braves. Vanderveer deals the 1-2. Got him to chase one outside as dropped. It'll be a drop third strike, but they will get him out at first. As Kelderman had to actually get up in the air to get that one down. Nonetheless, there's one out. And that brings up Ursulus, the pitcher. Number 5 bats from the right side.
Luke Ursulus.
Is Vanderveer wides. Delivers the first pitch. Goes right at him with a called first strike. Pitch is low. Ball number 1. Be 1-1 here to Ursulus. Vanderveer wasted no time as the pitch is fouled straight down into the dirt for strike number 2. 1-2. Early pitcher's duel here. The pitch is swung on and fouled to the right side. Count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vanderveer deals. This is high. Ursulus hangs off or holds off. 2-2 now. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Second out, second by the way of strikeout for Vanderveer, so starting out nicely is last time we covered the Warhawks, Vanderveer had gotten the start that night as well. Bit of a rocky start, but starting out strong here. 2 strikeouts to start this thing off. Brings up Easton Hudnut. First pitch to him is high for ball 1. The 1-0 is swung on and fouled straight back and out of play for strike 1. Evens count at 1 apiece. Hudnut's had 12 at-bats so far in this young season with an average of 250. Pitches high and away for ball 2. 2-1 now. The pitch is called strike 2. Looked a bit low and away, but Vanderveer gets the call. Ferguson with a nice job staging that one. Here is the 2-2. Breaking pitch, cuts inside, and they get him looking for strike 3, and the Braves go down in order, all 3 strikeouts, and we will head to the bottom of the first inning. Due up for the Warhawks are Nunnakoven, Ferguson, and Kelderman.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental. And we thank Oski Dental and all of our sponsors for being on board tonight with North Mahaska Montezuma Baseball. This is the 3rd game on our schedule for this spring and summer softball baseball schedule. Coming up next Wednesday, we'll be back here in New Sharon. North Mahaska takes on Sigourney on Wednesday evening. Friday this week, we've got Pekin versus Wapello baseball. And Saturday, Pekin and North Mahaska softball. So tune in. Lots of area teams here on Steve Shuttler Media for baseball and softball in this month of June. North Mahaska and Montezuma baseball going on tonight. Josh Clubb with the play-by-play.
All right, the batting order for the Warhawks here tonight is leading off Lucas Nunnakoven playing shortstop, the senior. He wears jersey number 5. Batting second, catching the junior, number 11, Ty Ferguson. Batting third, playing first base, the senior Jack Kelderman wearing jersey number 2. Batting fourth, playing center field, the junior, number 12, Dane Van Mersbergen. Batting fifth is the right fielder, senior, number 3, Hunter Wernley. Batting sixth, playing left field, is another senior, number 22, Luke Bowender. Batting seventh, playing second base, the junior, number 4, Charlie Gumont. Batting eighth, third base, junior, number 10, Dylan Meland, excuse me. And batting ninth, the pitcher, junior, number 42, Jackson Vanderveer. That said, Nunnakoven digs in.
Lucas Nunnakoven.
Lucas has got a .333 average on the year, a .444 on-base percentage is what you want to see from a leadoff hitter. He's wearing the different colored shoes tonight, one red, one white. The pitch inside in. Never mind, they're going to call it a strike. So Nunnakoven will start out 0-1. Pitch is inside, jams him up. He's able to foul it off to the right side, 0-2. On the hill for the Braves is Ursulus. Catching is Pergin. Pitch breaks in there for strike 3, got him looking. 3 pitches in and out for Montezuma, and that'll bring up
Now batting number 11.
Ty Ferguson. Catch for the Warhawks. Third base is Easton Hudnut. Wilcox at short. Hudnut at second. And Isaac Wedgwood at first base. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Ferguson digs back in. The pitch is got out of his hands, or slipped out of his hands, and goes to the backstop for ball one. Looks like he's trying to spin a breaking ball in there, but he's lost the handle on it. Pitch is swung on and hit deep to left field, back in the corner, going over to make the play and making the catch is Ty Smothers for the second out. Ferguson
Now batting number 2.
lofted that thing up in the air, and I think the breeze kind of knocked it down as it took off in a hurry, but just kind of hung up there. Here is Kelderman from the left side. He awaits. The pitch is swung on and hit to the third baseman. Fielded by Hudnut. He fires over to Edgewood in time for the third out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Warhawks as well, and we'll go right back to the Braves batting. Due up for Montezuma will be Stockman, Pargan, and Wedgwood.
See State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa at 309 High Avenue East for auto, home, business, life insurance, health insurance, and more. Kelly Style's mission at State Farm is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. Call Kelly at 641-673-0088 or go to kellystyleinsurance.com. That's Kelly Style State Farm Insurance, 309 High Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And we thank Kelly Style of State Farm Insurance for being a big supporter of Steve Shetler Media and North Mahaska Sports here on Steve Shetler Media Facebook and YouTube. We are broadcasting the North Mahaska Montezuma baseball game tonight on Facebook and YouTube. If you know there's somebody at home that couldn't make it to the game tonight, make sure you let them know that the game is available to watch. Maybe give it a share on your news feed. For the North Mahaska Monty baseball game. Josh Clubb's got the play-by-play. Josh, it's been a pitcher's duel early on here in New Sharon.
Yes, it has. Just a total of 22 pitches so far. 22 pitches and 6 outs. It's moving quickly. This is going to bring up for Montezuma. Brooks Stockman, the junior, has just got 2 starts coming into tonight, batting a 600 average. He's had 5 at-bats and scored 4 runs, so certainly a threat here. He takes the first pitch, called strike 1, outer half of the plate. Pitch is low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 now to Stockman. Vanderveer deals. Called strike 2. Can't really hear the umpire, but he's very delayed with his hand signals. Here's the pitch, the 1-2. Swung on and roped to right field. Backing up and making the grab is Wornley for the first out. That'll bring up
Now batting
Rhett.
number 7, Rhett Pargin.
Rhett Pargin digs in. First pitch to him is swung on and hit down the left field line and foul. Nearly trouble for the Warhawks there, but drifts just foul down the left field line for strike number 1. Pargin hitting .364 on this young season. 50-50 on whether he gets on base or not. The pitch swung on and hit right back to Vanderveer. He fields it, takes a breath, sends it over to Kelderman in time for the second out. Still moving through these batters, Steve. Just
Now batting
4
number
pitches here thus far this inning.
Isaac
2 outs.
Wedgwood.
Well, compared to the first 2 broadcasts we had this year,
Yeah.
we're moving at lightning speed.
Isaac Wedgwood steps in. First pitch to him is swung on and hit to the second baseman, and he cannot handle it. That was Gumon. Gets through his legs and into right field. And the first runner is aboard. But down as an
Now batting
E4.
number 2, Lars Taylor.
Brings up Lars Taylor for the Braves. Wedgwood gets his lead. Vanderveer is now going to throw from the stretch. First pitch is in there and fouled straight back and out of play for strike one. Vanderveer, of course, left-handed pitcher, so got to be cautious getting your lead over there at first. Wedgwood, not much of a secondary lead. The pitch is high for ball number 1. 1-1. Vanderveer deals just missed upstairs for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch is called, strike 2. 2-2 now to Taylor. Wedgwood remains at first. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Vanderveer comes set. Wedgwood gets a little bit bigger lead this time. Pitch is in the dirt for ball 3. Full count. Pitch is fouled to the third base dugout. Keep the count full. Vanderveer dealing with Taylor. First time through the lineup. Wedgwood not being held on. Extends his lead. The pitch hits him. Got Taylor in the foot there.
Now batting number 29, Ty Smothers.
So that brings up Ty Smothers. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Vanderveer fires. Pitch is swung on and popped up. Looks like Nunakoven at shortstop's going to call for it. Makes the grab for the... I kept saying the out's wrong. That was the third out. So we'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Due up for the Warhawks will be Van Mersbergen, Wernley, and Bowender.
At First State Bank, we're proud to support the North Mahaska Warhawks because we believe in community, in teamwork, and in making a difference. With our Spirit Cards, every time you use your card, First State Bank will donate to North Mahaska schools, helping our kids and schools thrive. So, every swipe counts towards something bigger. Plus, we're a community-focused bank, right here at 102 South Main Street in New Sharon. First State Bank, where neighbors come first. Proud supporters of the Warhawks.
And we thank First State Bank along with all of our sponsors on board for North Mahaska baseball and softball this spring and summer here on Steve Shuttler Media. And we're heading into the bottom of the second. Keep in mind, not only do we have all ththese games this week here on Steve Shuttler Media, but we'll have Tuesday night tune-up for racing fans tomorrow night, live from the Oski Pizza Ranch. So make sure you tune in for that.
Now batting number 12, Dane Van Mersbergen.
All righty, so Dane Van Mersbergen digs in. First pitch to him is swung on and hit over to third base. Fielded in the gap, fires over 2-1 in time for the first out. So 5-3, 1 out to start the inning. That's just the 8th pitch by Urslis.
Now batting number 3, Hunter Wernley.
Hunter Wernley, the right fielder. Nice catch out there, battling the wind. First pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. Not sure where that one missed, but that is ball 1. Looked pretty good from back here, but we're a ways away. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. Wernley's got a 1-2 count. Bottom of the second inning, still scoreless. Montezuma able to get a couple base runners, one hit by pitch and one by error last inning. The pitch is called strike 3, a delayed called strike 3. And Wernley will go down looking for the second out. That'll bring up Bowender.
2, Luke Bounder.
Luke Bounder, as the PA announcer says it. Maybe I was saying it wrong. Bounder digs in. The pitch. Chases one outside for strike one.
The proper response by the crowd would be booing. Boo.
Bounder. Fan bases of professional sports. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike two. They're just waiting to have a person on their team that sounds like boo so they can boo their name. As Bounder is down 0-2 with 2 outs. Pitch is in the dirt away for ball one. Tried to get him to chase. Not a bad idea. He did chase the first pitch. It was way outside. See if Bounder can battle back here. Chases one away. He gets away from the catcher. Bounder will try to make it down to first. And the throw is going to get there. He dropped the ball. So Bounder reaches on the drop third strike. I'm going to score that as a wild pitch.
Number 4, Charlie Gumont.
So the Warhawks get their first base runner by way of error as well. Gumont steps in. 2 outs. Pitch. Swung on and popped to the right side and out of play for strike one. The pitch. It's away. No, called strike two. Here's the 0-2 to Gumont. Called strike three. And that will end the second inning. Still scoreless. And due up for the Braves will be the 9-1-2 hitters in Hudnut, Wilcox, and Versalius.
Proline Building Company in New Sharon designs and builds a wide variety of structures, including commercial, municipal, agricultural, storage, and accessory buildings, as well as custom homes. Our customer-centered design build process ensures the project will meet your needs, however big or small. Whether you're looking to custom design a commercial or municipal building, add to your farm, or construct a hobby building, Proline is your partner every step of the way. Proline Building Company, the builder you know and trust. Hey, we thank Proline Building Company and all of our sponsors that are making our North Mahaska baseball and softball coverage possible here on Steve Shetler Media. That includes Oski Dental, Kelly Stiles, State Farm, First State Bank, Proline Building Company, Memories Travel by Jess, Mahaska Drug, also on for tonight's game, AE Realty, and Star Lanes in Montezuma. All of our sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook and YouTube. It is a sunny and a little bit breezy on this Monday evening here in New Sharon, Iowa.
And that grass is green like the John Deere Joe Diffie's singing about. Always liked Mr. Diffie. I bet you can hear that on Skunk River Radio.
Heck yeah.
18, Nolan Hudnut.
Go to skunkriverradio.com.
8th grader Nolan Hudnut digs in. As Vanderveer back to the windup. First pitch is low for ball one. I'm gonna wait on my prediction of the pitch because this umpire takes a long time to make the call. This one looked low, and it's going to be ball two. I got a special preview of Skunk River Radio, Steve, and I listened to it all day today.
Nice.
Here's the pitch. High, ball three. 3-0 now to start off the third inning to Nolan Hudnut.
Yeah, if you're in a place with steady internet and Wi-Fi, you can listen to it all day long.
Going to fake a bunt on the 3-0. Takes the pitch. It's a walk. 4-pitch walk to start the third inning. Might have overcorrected there as Vanderveer was missing low and away for the first 3 pitches. The last pitch was well inside. He'll go back to the stretch. Hudnut gets his lead. at first. Not much of a secondary lead as the pitch is high and away for ball number 1. So Vanderveer now started the inning with 5 balls in a row. See if he can find the zone here against Wilcox. The pitch swung on and hit up to center field. Getting underneath of it is Van Mersbergen. The ball is drifting on him. He gets all the way over and makes the grab. Good adjustment there by Dane to track that thing down. As he looked like he was settling underneath of it, and straight away center field ended up making the catch and almost right field. Right center for sure. That's first out. Hudnut stays at first. Pitcher's duel again. Zalius comes up and looks at a strike for the first pitch. He struck out in 5 pitches his last time up. Pitch is high for ball 1. Hudnut over there at first, not looking like he's going to be a threat to steal. Not getting much of a lead really at all. They throw over there anyway. Tried to catch him blinking as he was just getting his initial lead off. Vanderveer gets the signal. Fires in. Pitch is swung on and missed. 4 strike 2. 1-2 now. Pitch is well inside. Nice block there by Ferguson to keep it in front and keep Hudnut at first. It'll be 2-2. Pitch is swung on and hit down the left field line and foul. A couple of those here tonight have looked really close to being fair balls. Just finding their way foul. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vandermeer throws a breaking ball that Merciless is able to just fight off. Remains 2-2. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. As Vanderveer comes set, 2-2. Pitch is high. Tried to drop one in there, and it didn't cut all the way down. So that loads it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. As we're starting off this 3rd inning, the pitch swung on and fouled straight back and out of play. And the at-bat continues. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. As Vanderveer comes set, Hudnut gets his lead over at first. Waits the pitch. Swung on and chopped foul on the first base side. He's fouled off 4 pitches thus far. The pitch hit hard to third base. He fields it, fires over to 2. In time, got that out there, unable to make the throw. Was Wernley, but got the lead runner for the 2nd out.
Now batting number 3, Easton Hudnut.
As Wernley kind of tripped on the base there. Probably would not have got it over to first in time anyway. Easton Hudnut digs in now. He struck out looking his first time up as a quick throw over to first to check on Merciless. He's back safely. Vanderveer comes set, working with 2 outs. First pitch is hit to the left center gap, floating over from center field. Van Mersbergen makes the grab in left center field to end the inning. And we will... Uh-oh, what happened there? I have no idea what they just called there. Well, with that, Ursula's got the second. The hit clearly didn't count. Strike one. On Hudnut. This pitch is high and away. Any guess there, Steve? I did not. I was looking down. I was writing in the inning stats in my book and looked up, and they were still in the field.
I'm not at a point of view that I can see much of it.
Just fouled away. We'll ask that's the person we share the booth with here. The next break pitch is swung on and hit to third. Good's going to step on third, not realizing it wasn't a force, then fires over to three and gets the out. So Mealand thought there was a force on, stepped on the bag, then realized he had to throw it over to first. Nonetheless, the inning ends this time. And we will head to the bottom of the third inning. Due up for the Warhawks will be 8-9-1, Mealand, Vanderveer, and Nunnakoven.
Skunk River Radio is a brand new online radio station playing country music from 1990 through 2010 with some Iowa country music sprinkled in. Listen right now at skunkriverradio.com. Plus, the Skunk River Radio app will soon be available at Google Play and the Apple Store. Also coming soon, Skunk River Radio will be available on Alexa and Google Assistant. And starting on Monday, June 9th, you'll be able to listen to me, Steve Shetler, from 6 a.m. to noon, and Neil the Hayes Crott from noon to 6 p.m. Skunk River Radio, a division of Shetler Media, LLC. All right, Josh, you just heard a commercial there for Skunk River Radio. Again, you can go to skunkriverradio.com and listen to the station right now. Starting on Monday, I'll be doing the mornings from 6 to noon, and Neil will be doing the afternoons from noon to 6. So tune in. That's available right now at skunkriverradio.com. We're going to have an app available for that and also on Alexa and Google Assistant. So various ways to listen to Skunk River Radio.
Alrighty, that last play, that the fly out from Hudnut out to Van Mersbergen was actually called a balk on the pitcher. That's why the runner advanced. And we'll start at the bottom of the third with a called strike to Mealand. So the balk, Vanderveer balk, did not end up costing the Warhawks at all. The pitch swung on, hit right back to the pitcher. He fields it, spins, throws the first in time for the first out.
Now batting number 42, Jackson Vanderveer.
Pitch is swung on a miss for strike one. To Vanderveer. Missed low, I think. So it'll even the count at 1-1 as Vanderveer digs in for his first at bat. Pitch is called strike two. That pitch was definitely outside. I got a good view of the left side of the plate, and that ball was inside the right-handed batter's box. Pitch swung on and fouled straight back. Keep the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is swung on and popped high up in the air, drifting towards the fence, coming in as the third baseman. It drifts back into play, but he can't make the catch. That's Hudnut there. Easton Hudnut. Wind is strong, and that ball was moving on. It actually looked like it was out of play at one point and blew its way back in. So no fly balls are easily caught. I saw the one from Van Mersbergen that he had to track down. Here's a pitch, and this is flared off to the left side, going out of play, and does go out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got a little delay as a softball found its way out into left field as well from the softball game going on across the way. Smothers had to run out there and throw it back over the fence. Vanderveer, the 1-2. Pitch is chopped over to the third base side. Actually had to field by the shortstop. Backhanded. Fires over. Close play. No, they missed the ball. Missing the catch was Wedgwood, and Vanderveer will reach. I'm going to go ahead and score that a hit, as I think he would have potentially beat that out anyway. It was going to be close, but nonetheless, 1 out, runner on. Back to the top of the order for the Warhawks as Nunakoven comes to the plate and Vanderveer is going to get a courtesy runner. Haven't seen anybody out. There we go. It's going to be Ryan Groom coming out, the junior. Come out and run for Vanderveer. Nunakoven struck out looking in 3 pitches. Start the game for the Warhawks at the plate. Pitch is bunted down the third base line. Good looking bunt. Nunakoven trying to find his way to first and does, so he bunts his way on. Just trying to move the runner there, but beautiful bunt by Lucas Nunakoven. Just died in the grass there. Pitcher had to field it, and by the time he double clutched it, Nunakoven was only 2 steps away from first. So now the Warhawks have runners at first and second with 1 out. And that'll bring up Ferguson. He flew out to left field his first time up. The pitch swung on and roped out to right. Line drive drifting back. Making the grab, though, was Taylor. And they will not tag up and send the runners. Be second out. The Warhawks. Runners will remain. Nunakoven at first. Groom at second, running for Vanderveer. Now bring up Jack Kelderman. He grounded out to the third baseman his first time up. Pitches. A little outside for ball number 1. Pitch is fouled off for strike 1. 1-1 now to Kelderman. Runners at first and second. 2 outs. We are in the bottom of the third inning, still scoreless. Fouled off. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitches swung on and grounded down the first base side and foul. Kelderman continues the battle. We got runners at first and second. With 2 outs, you would think any base hit's going to give the Warhawks a chance to score. The pitch swung on and hit down to the left center gap. Tracking it down and dropping it was Stockman. Groom will score. Kelderman's into second. And Nunakoven will stay at third, so the first run of the ball game is scored. And the hit by Kelderman, that was in the gap. Long way for Stockman to track that thing down. And with that win, I think you got to score that as a hit, because there's nothing guaranteed about any type of fly ball or line drive. And Mercebergen now with runners at second and third, 2 out. The pitch. Slow. Nope, never mind. It's a strike. Pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. Dane digs back in. Waits the 0-2. Pitch is outside for ball 1. Pitch is fouled into the dirt. We'll stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-0 Warhawks. Here's the pitch. This looks outside. A call outside to go to 2-2. Called strike 3 and got him looking. Pitch looked high and inside, but umpire calls it strike 3. That is the 3rd out. So we will head to the top of the 4th inning with the Warhawks leading 1-0 due up for the Braves. Will be their 4, 5, and 6 hitter in Stockman, Paragon, and Wedgwood.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental. And we do thank Dr. Dan and the crew at Oski Dental for being a sponsor here on Steve Shuttler Media's coverage of North Mahaska baseball and softball this year. We're going to the top of the 4th. North Mahaska getting that run in the bottom of the 3rd. They now lead 1-0 against Montezuma. Battle of area teams. And Josh Clubb has the call of the game heading into the 4th.
I may have the call of the game. I also got the sweat of the game going.
Yeah,
that sun is
a
just
warm one.
beating on me, and I don't get the breeze. I can see it blowing through the doorway over there by you, Steve. But it's a good thing you can't smell people that are talking on the
Smell-o-vision.
The smell-o-vision. Stockman steps in. He popped up. Call it a lazy line drive or a low pop-up to right field. First pitch is up near his head for ball number 1 as Vanderveer starts his 4th inning of work. Vanderveer winds, delivers high for ball 2. Vanderveer's batting spot is what scored the run for the Warhawks at the bottom, so taking it in his own hands at this point, he starts this inning off with 3 balls in a row. He did this last inning too. First 6 pitches were off the plate, out of the zone. But able to find his command and keep Montezuma at bay to pitch low. So a 4-pitch walk to start the inning.
Now batting number 7, Rhett Pargin.
That'll bring up Rhett Pargin. Rhett grounded back to Vanderveer his last time up. That was in the 2nd inning. Quick throw over to first, not in time. Kelderman keeping the tag on him as Stockman was getting up. Stockman with a pretty decent lead before Vanderveer is even on the mound, so I see why they threw over. Secondary lead. He's going to take off and go. Pitch is low. Throw down is not in time, so Stockman's going to get the stolen base. Pitch was called a ball. Now Stockman's leading off again before Vanderveer's even on the rubber. Big lead there. The pitch low and away for ball 2. That's six pitches now that he's missed on. See if, like last inning, he can find it again. Looks back, the pitch. This is in the dirt for ball number 3. So it'll be a 3-0 to Paragon. He's going to show bunt. Pitch nearly hits him for ball 4. First two batters walked in 4 pitches. See if this spawns a coaching visit to the mound. It will. As Coach Kelderman's going to go out and talk to Vanderveer. With 8 pitches thrown, all off the plate. And runners at first and second with a 1-0 lead. See if he thinks Vanderveer is going to find it or if he's going to make a quick switch. Batting will be Wedgwood for the Braves. He reached on a ground ball through the legs of the second baseman. Gumont.
Now batting number 32, Isaac Wedgwood.
So Wedgwood comes in. He's got no outs. Runners at first and second. Down by 1. Pitch goes right down Broadway for strike number 1. Wedgwood looked like he was taken all the way, making Vanderveer find that zone before he's too serious about swinging at anything. The pitch swung on and jammed him, goes down the third base line and falls foul. For strike 2. Galen had a interesting decision there because he played that ball early enough. He could have got the force out at 3. However, he did see Stockman sprint and just decided to let it go foul. The 0-2 is in the dirt. Good block by Ferguson there. It'll be 1-2 to Wedgwood. Called strike 3. That was getting called. At least it's getting called both ways. They'll get Wedgwood looking for the first out. Again, that pitch was well into the right-handed batter's box, but Ferguson staged it back to the center, and the umpire setting up clear to the inside shoulder of the catcher. You're going to get that. Here's a quick pitch and a bunt. They're going to try to advance the runners. They do. They'll get the out at first. Runners move up to second and third, so Lars Taylor is going to get a sacrifice bunt for the second out. Stockman moves up to third, and Peregrine moves up to second. Ty Smothers comes to play. He popped up to Nunnekoven at shortstop his first time up. 2 outs now. The pitch swung on and popped straight up in the air. Vanderveer is trying to track it down. He's lost it. Nunnekoven comes in and makes the catch at the pitcher's mound for the third out. As I've said enough times, but Steve, that ball gets up in the air. It's not easy to track down right now. I mean, not
For sure.
It looked like it was going to Nunnekoven and then drifted all the way almost in front of the pitcher's mound. So with that, we remain at North Mahaska 1, Montezuma 0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Due up for the Warhawks will be Wernley, Boonder, and Gumont.
See State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa at 309 High Avenue East for auto, home, business, life insurance, health insurance, and more. Kelly Style's mission at State Farm is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. Call Kelly at 641-673-0088 or go to kellystyleinsurance.com. That's Kelly Style State Farm Insurance, 309 High Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Thanks to Kelly Style State Farm for being a sponsor here in our North Mahaska baseball and softball coverage on Steve Shetler Media. Coming up later on this week, we will be covering, let's see here, we've got North Mahaska Sigourney softball coming up on Wednesday night. On Friday night, Pekin and Wapello baseball. On Saturday, Pekin and North Mahaska softball. So you're going to get your fill of North Mahaska baseball and softball this week, along with some Sigourneys, some Wapellos, some other teams sprinkled in for the week baseball and softball coverage. Here, we're in New Sharon. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. North Mahaska leads Montezuma 1-0.
Couple extra S's there where they didn't belong. North Mahaska.
Over some Skittles.
For North Mahaska, Wordley will be up here as they lead 1-0. Yeah, you mentioned those teams, especially our area teams. Most of them, if you go on balance, most of them play every day this week, including Saturday. So in the sprint of the softball and baseball season, as this first pitch is taken for a strike by Wernley. Just actually got an update that Sigourney and Iowa Valley doing battle in softball tonight. Scored 1-0 after 3 innings. Pitch is low and away for ball 1. This was well outside. Ball 2, so 2-1 here to Wernley. He struck out looking his first at bat back in the 2nd inning. This one's high for ball 3, so 3-1. One of the few times in Ursula's Luke has fallen behind in the count. They've been going right at the hitters. Here's the pitch. This misses outside. No. Let's say it caught the outside corner for strike 2. Brings the count full. Leadoff hitter here in the 4th. The pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him to chase one outside that time. He in the first out, and that'll bring up Boonder.
Now batting number 22, Luke Boonder.
Actually, it works for both of his names, Luke and Boonder.
Yeah. You can start booing if you want, Steve, but I'm not going to. Here's the pitch. Called strike 1. Yeah, I've noticed with this umpire, he's setting up on the inside shoulder of the catcher, well inside the plate. So anything away is probably going to look like a strike. The pitch is hit right back to second baseman. Fielded, fires over to first in time. And it's Nolan Hudnut sending that to Wedgwood for the 2nd out.
Now batting
That'll
number
bring up
4, Charlie Gumont.
Charlie Gumont, second baseman. He struck out looking as well his first time up in 3 pitches. See if he sees it a little better this time around. First pitch to him is low. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Chased one well outside. The 1-1. Called strike 2. The 1-2 to Gumont. Throws a breaking pitch that cuts in but does not get the call for ball 2. 2-2. Pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. Keeps the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In the bottom of the 4th inning, North Mahaska leads 1-0. Shakes off the first pitch, now changes his grip and fires. The pitch is swung on and pops straight up and out of play. I was waiting for that, the thud on top of the shed there, because that looked like it was going to land right on top of us, but did not hear the thud. 2-2 still to Gumont. Pitch. Got him to chase one outside for strike 3, and that will end the 4th inning as Warhawks go down in order. And we will head to the 5th inning. Due up for Montezuma will be the number 9 hitter, Nolan Hudnut. Then back to the top, Gavin Wilcox and Luke Urslis.
At First State Bank, we're proud to support the North Mahaska Warhawks because we believe in community, in teamwork, and in making a difference. With our Spirit cards, every time you use your card, First State Bank will donate to North Mahaska schools, helping our kids and schools thrive. So, every swipe counts towards something bigger. Plus, we're a community-focused bank, right here at 102 South Main Street in New Sharon. First State Bank, where neighbors come first. Proud supporters of the Warhawks.
And thanks to First State Bank for being on board with North Mahaska Baseball and Softball on Steve Shuttler Media. Again, as I mentioned earlier, coming up tomorrow night, We'll have the Tuesday night tune-up live from the Oskaloosa Pizza Ranch. If you're a local and area race fan, you can tune in. We're going to have Chris Walker on the show tomorrow night as our guest. Safe Grafke is our host. Safe is the local area race expert. So tune in. You can be there in person at Pizza Ranch to watch it and get some of that delicious pizza and chicken at the Pizza Ranch for TNT.
TNT sounds like a racing show.
Yes.
TNT Racing.
Dynamite.
Here's the pitch. Called strike one. To Nolan Hudnut as Vanderveer starts his 5th inning of work. Good outing thus far for both pitchers. Vanderveer, his last start didn't go as well, but starting out strong in this one. There's a 1-1 now. That pitch was a ball. To Nolan Hudnut. He walked in 4 pitches his first time up and was retired at second base. The pitch is a ball. We're in the 5th inning at this point, and I have no clue what the strike zone is, whether it's high, low, whether he's calling them wide or not. It's very hard to predict. I'm sure it's hard to hit, too. Here's the pitch. This is outside. Nope, he's going to call this one a strike. 2-2. And maybe it's his stance that's throwing me off because he really does get way to the left or the right of the catcher. 3-2 now as that pitch is way outside. Just an 8th grader getting a start for Montezuma. This pitch is high and he'll walk again, so walks both of his at-bats, and we'll go back to the top of the order for Montezuma. Gavin Wilcox steps in. He flew out to center fielder his last time up and struck out back in the 1st inning. Last time Hudnut was on there at first, he was no threat to steal. The pitch swung on and hit to the third baseman. Fielded. They're going to go 2, and this is thrown wide. Goes into right field. Hudnut will turn the corner. He'll make it to third on the throw. And it'll be runners in the corners with no one out. It'll be an E5. Here is going to be charged to Mealand.
Now batting number 5, Luke Urselius.
Back to a pitcher's duel with runner on the corners. First pitch is fouled into the dirt for strike one. Montezuma starting another inning off with 2 runners on and no one out. Unable to get across yet. Pitch is checked. Oh, it's called strike, or they're going to say he went for it. Thought it was a foul back, but it is not, as that pitch made it to the backstop and Wilcox gets to second to get rid of the force. So runners at second and third. It's even a ground ball could potentially score a run here as this pitch is chased outside for strike 3. And the first out. As Luke strikes out, and Easton Hudnut will come up now. He grounded out to the third baseman his last time up and struck out looking in the 1st inning. First pitch. It's called a ball. It's a big spot here for Vanderveer if he can find a way to retire. Called strike 1. Retire Hudnut here at the plate. Changes the dynamic. Leading just 1-0. I mean, a ground ball hit deep in the hole at shortstop or second base could potentially score the runner. This pitch is inside for ball 2. He's got to play it. Infield is at normal depth. Not protecting the plate here at this stage of the game. Pitch is fouled straight back to the fence for strike number 2. It's 2-2. Waiting on deck is Brooks Stockman. He walked in 4 pitches his last time up and flew out to center field, or right field, excuse me, previous to that. Pitch is swung on and hit the third baseman. They're going to try the play at the plate, and Ferguson was confused as all he did was step on home and got ready to throw it to first. He would have had to tag him, so the run will score. Hudnut will be safe at first. Wilcox moves up to third, and our game's tied at 1 apiece with runners at the corners and 1 out. A couple times here, the Warhawks have not quite been aware of the situation, as Mealand also at third base went and stepped on the base before throwing it to first in a non-force situation. Didn't really cost the Warhawks because they still got the third out there, but here Ferguson, by stepping on the plate there, gives up the run. They're going to let Hudnut on the pitch get to second, so it'll be runners at second and third with 1 out. Pitch was a ball. Pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Infield staying at the normal depth. Vanderveer fires. Pitch is chased upstairs for strike number 2 by Stockman. Vanderveer deals. Pitch is swung on and fouled back to keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. See if Vanderveer's got some kind of a breaking ball here. Pitch is swung on and fouled. Back to the third base dugout. That will stay at 1 and 2 for Brooks Stockman. Breaking pitch is just fouled straight back. Stockman making Vanderveer work for it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one's dribbled up the third base line and foul. It's the 4th pitch that Stockman's fouled off. Vanderveer's been continuing to come right at him. Let's see if he tries to get him to chase something. It's just the count's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch swung on, and this is hit up the third base line and off the glove of Mealand. 1 run will score. Safe at first will be Stockman. And with that, Montezuma will take the lead 2-1. Hudnut moves up to third. And runners at the corners again, still just 1 out. Pargin steps up. He walked in 4 pitches, as well as ground out to the first, starts back to Vanderveer. First pitch is a ball. They'll let Stockman take second base. It'll be runners at second and third. Still 1 out. Right back to the situation we've been in for quite some time, as this pitch is fouled off. 1-1. Change out the baseball here. One is called strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Vanderveer fires. Breaking pitch. Soft dribbler up the middle. Vanderveer is going to try it over at first, and it's not in time, so another run will score, and runner is safe at first. That was Hudnut that came in. Stockman up to third.
Now batting number 32.
Runners at first and third. Yet again, still just 1 out. Three runs across here so far in the top of the 5th. Score is 3-1 in favor of Montezuma as Wedgwood digs in. 2-seamer Cuts across for strike number 1. The runner will advance to second, non-contested. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. Wedgwood did strike out in 4 pitches. Struck out looking his last at bat. Wedgwood fouls this one straight back to the fence. Keeps it the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. And that is the second out. That brings up Lars Taylor, the 8th batter of the inning for the Braves. Batting in the 7th spot. Lars sack bunted his last time up. First pitch to him is inside for ball 1. Vanderveer comes set, fires high. Ball 1, or ball 2, excuse me. Pitch is swung on and chopped foul down the third base line. 2-1 now to Taylor. Must have got a piece of his foot on that foul ball. He shakes it off, digs back in. Vanderveer shakes off the first signal, takes the second. Breaking pitch, cuts in there for a strike. And it's strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Taylor. As Vanderveer tries to get out of this inning. 8th batter that he's faced. The pitch. 2-speeder goes in there for strike number 3. And the side is retired, but not before Montezuma adds 3 runs to take the lead. 3-1 due up for the Warhawks. You got the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, and Milan, Vanderveer, and Nunnekoven.
Proline Building Company in New Sharon designs and builds a wide variety of structures, including commercial, municipal, agricultural, storage, and accessory buildings, as well as custom homes. Our customer-centered design build process ensures the project will meet your needs, however big or small. Whether you're looking to custom design a commercial or municipal building, add to your farm, or construct a hobby building, Proline is your partner every step of the way. Proline Building Company, the builder you know and trust. And we thank Proline Building Company for being one of our sponsors on North Mahaska baseball and softball coverage here on Steve Shetler Media, along with the likes of Oski Dental, Kelly Style at State Farm Insurance, First State Bank. We've got Memories Travel by Jess, Mahaska Drug, also on for tonight, AE Realty and Star Lanes in Montezuma. So lots of sponsors always making things possible on Steve Shetler Media. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Montezuma has taken the lead 3-1 in high school baseball.
Alrighty, we'll see what if North Mahaska can answer. And for Vanderveer, besides early inning walks, has pitched a pretty good game. Just some blunders out there by the defense, not aware of the situation, and some bad throws. Kept that inning alive. Here is Mealand. First pitch is slapped over third base side. High chopper, and they're not going to be able to field it. Mealand's going to be on to start the inning.
Now batting number 42, Jackson Vanderveer.
Leadoff hitter is on for the Warhawks, and that brings up Vanderveer. His spot in the lineup has scored the only North Mahaska run here tonight. Pitch is high and away for ball 1. Ryan Groom came in and ran for Vanderveer after he reached. Pitch is swung on and missed. Or strike 1, 1-1. Two and 1 now. I think they just. I think he said the pitcher did not wipe his hand or the ball off before he's getting ready to pitch there. 3-1 is fouled straight back, or 2-1, excuse me. Now it is 2-2. Milan over at first. Not much of a lead for Vanderveer. Pitch is cut on and missed for strike 3. And that was the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 5, Lucas Nunikoven.
That'll bring up Nunikoven. Would represent what would be the tying run if he can find his way on. Pitches low and away for ball 1. Nunikoven awaits. The pitch is high for ball 2. So 2-0 to Lucas Nunikoven. Meeland awaits, or stays at first. Pitch swung on and popped up in the infield, curving hard to the right. Coming back over is Hudnut and making the grab where he started as the ball was in play for the second out. I'm not sure if you can see that on camera of how high it got, but when that ball went up in the air, it looked like it was going to the shortstop, and by the time it came to the ground, it was back to the second baseman's position. Here is Ferguson. Pitch is high. They're going to take off, try to steal on the play, and they're not going to make it in time as long as he held on to the ball. He did not. The ball squirts away. So in safely to second is Milan. He looked like the throw got there about 3 steps before him. Fortunately for the Warhawks, the ball popped out of his glove. Pitch is outside to Ferguson. Be 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch is high and tight for ball 3. So 3-0 now to Ferguson. First base is open. Milan's up at second. Calderman waits on deck. Here's the pitch. Low and inside. Called. Strike 2-1. Ferguson was on his way to first base. The pitch is ball 4. To be runners at first and second with 2 outs, and Jack Kelderman will come up to the plate.
Jack Kelderman.
Pitch is called. Strike 1. Looked right down the middle. Kellerman taking most of the way. 3-1, bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch swung on and hit foul out of play down the left field line for strike 2. Pitch is chopped down the third base line and drifts foul. Keep the count, no balls, 2 strikes for Kelderman. Kellerman digs in. The 0-2 pitch swung on and foul tipped into the catcher's glove for strike number 3. And that will do it for the 5th inning. Montezuma still leads 3-1. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Due up for the Braves, 8, 9, and 1 in Smothers, Hudnut, and Wilcox.
Skunk River Radio is a brand new online radio station playing country music from 1990 through 2010 with some Iowa country music sprinkled in. Listen right now at skunkriverradio.com. Plus, the Skunk River Radio app will soon be available at Google Play and the Apple Store. Also coming soon, Skunk River Radio will be available on Alexa and Google Assistant. And starting on Monday, June 9th, you'll be able to listen to me, Steve Shetler, from 6 a.m. to noon, and Neil the Hayes Crott from noon to 6 p.m. Skunk River Radio, a division of Shetler Media, LLC. And we do thank all of our sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media for North Mahaska Baseball and Softball. As you just heard, Skunk River Radio is a thing. It's alive right now at skunkriverradio.com. Soon on all your favorite app stores and on Alexa and Google Assistant. So wherever you have the internet and Wi-Fi, you'll be able to listen to Skunk River Radio, country music from 1990 through 2010, along with some modern Iowa country music. So nice mix of some country tunes on skunkriverradio.com.
All righty, Vanderveer coming back out there to start his 6th inning of work for the Warhawks. As Braves will send up, as I mentioned before the break there, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Smothers. He's popped up to Nunakoven, both at bats. One was a true pop-up to shortstop. The other one, Nunakoven fielded it, but he kind of fielded it closer to the pitcher's mound than he did the infield dirt. Here's the pitch. Called strike 1. Braves batted 8 last inning. Pitch is swung on and grounded this time to Nunakoven. Fields it, fires to first. Kelderman snags it in time for the first out. So Nunakoven continues to get Ty Smothers out, and we'll head to Nolan Hudnut, who scored the Braves' first run of the night last inning. Playing second base tonight. First pitch to him. Called strike 1. Vanderveer delivers the pitch. Swung on and roped to the right side and out of play for strike number 2. Vanderveer fires the 0-2 and loses the handle on a breaking pitch. Hits the backstop for ball 1. Pitch is popped up into the air, drifting over to the second baseman and making the catch. Does Gumont for the second out. Gumont getting a good read on the wind there. He saw that go up towards the center, or towards second base, and just stayed put and watched it drift right back over to him. The wind is starting to die down just a little bit, but still pretty breezy. The pitch is swung on and fouled out of play down the left field line. Hit that ball hard, did Wilcox. Way out in front. 0-1 is the count. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. 0-2. Pitch is swung on and missed. Dropped by the catcher. He throws down to Kelderman for the third out. And the Warhawks able to retire him in order this time. Due up for the Warhawks in the bottom of the 6th inning will be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in Van Mersbergen, Wernley, and Boonder.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental. And we thank all of our sponsors, Oski Dental, Kelly Stiles, State Farm Insurance, First State Bank, Proline Building Company, Memories Travel by Jess, Mahaska Drug, also tonight AE Realty, and Montezuma Star Lanes on board as sponsors for North Mahaska and Montezuma Baseball. And for North Mahaska New Sharon folks, you might want to tune into tomorrow's morning show. Just another morning show. We're going to have Jenna Hibbler on talking about the Jace race that comes up this Saturday in New Sharon. So she'll be on right around 8:15. So tune in for one of New Sharon's own on Just Another Morning show tomorrow morning.
All righty, due up here, Dane Van Mersbergen steps into the box as the Warhawks trail by 2, bottom of the 6th inning. Swung on and missed, and to chase one downstairs for strike 1. This pitch is singled out to right field. No, he's going to make a diving catch. Misses it, though. This is going to give Van Mersbergen extra bases. He's into second as the center fielder gets the wall, picks up the ball. Van Mersbergen's going to go for 3, and the throw is overthrown to the third baseman, so Van Mersbergen is safe. They may have had him at third had that ball not popped out of the glove of Hudnut. Nonetheless, leadoff hitter is at third base. Probably score that as a single. 2 errors to get him to third. And that'll bring up Wernley. Wernley would represent the tying run at the plate. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Taylor out there diving to make that catch versus just knocking it down. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. They thought about throwing back to third. Changed their mind, but coming off the bat, it looked like a single. The wind kept it up in the air a little bit longer. Maybe convinced Taylor to try to make the catch. Pitch is inside for ball 1. 1-2 to Wernley. This pitch is well outside for ball 2. 2-2. Pitch is swung on a miss for strike 3, and Wernley will strike out for the first out, and that'll bring up Luke Boonder.
Now batting number 22, Luke
Boonder has put the ball in play both times up. Pitch is swung on and swinging bunt down the third base line, and it's going to drift just foul. Very, very good break there for the Braves as Van Mersbergen would have scored and Boonder would have been safe at first. There would have been no way that Urslis would have made that throw in time. That ball just stopped right about where a perfect bunt would go, but rolled down the grass line and foul. Here's the 0-1. This is called a ball. 1-1. This is high for ball 2. I think with a 2-run lead, Montezuma is probably just any chopper or soft hit ground ball in the infield. They're just going to get the out and let Van Mersbergen score. Pitch is swung on, and this is chopped towards the third base side. Third baseman fields it, fires to first. Not in time. He pulls the foot off the back, and he is safe. Boonder goes underneath the diving first baseman. Wedgwood. And Mercebergen scores. Make it 3-2. But Boonder wisely ducks down as the first baseman had to come off the bag to get the throw and gets underneath of it. And is safe at first. And we're going to get coach's visit out to the mound. Be one out. Tying run is at first base. The go-ahead run is at the plate in Gumont. He's struck out twice here tonight. Yet to reach base. First pitch. It's outside. They're going to throw back to first. Boonder's back in plenty of time. Be a 1-0. Pitch is chopped foul down the first base line. 4 strike 1. That makes count 1-1. Pitch is swung on a miss. They throw back to first again. This time Boonder was caught flat-footed, but able to get back just in time. It's a 1-2 count on Gumont. The pitch. Swung on for strike 3. I think Gumont thought that he got a piece of it. It did hit the dirt, but
Now batting number 10, Dylan Mealand.
nonetheless, it is the second out. And that'll bring up Mealand. Called strike 1 on the first pitch. Mealand awaits the 0-1. The pitch. Outside for ball 1. Boonder over there at first, really catching the eye of the catcher. Bergen. As he looks down that way every time. Here's the 1-1. Swung on it, missed for strike 2. 1-2 now. To Dylan Mealand. Third baseman tonight, batting in the 8th spot. The pitch. Swung on and hit softly out to the right side. This is going to drop for a base hit. Boonder is going to round second. He's going to try 3. He's going to not even be contested as he'll walk and stand in there. And the Warhawks have runners at the corners with 2 out. And Vanderveer comes up to the plate. Mealand over there at first represents the go-ahead run. Tying run is at third. And Boonder. Vanderveer currently in the losing pitcher's position. Fate is in his hands now at the plate. First pitch is high to him, ball 1. Pitch is swung on and popped up in the air in the infield. Calling it is the first baseman, having trouble tracking it down. Finally drops it. Vanderveer safe. Boonder scores to tie the game. First baseman Wedgwood calling everybody off, had trouble tracking it in the air, and it popped right through his glove to the ground. So Vanderveer reaches.
Number 5, Lucas Nunikoven.
Mealand gets all the way to third. And Boonder scores. So we are tied at 3. Back to the top of the order. Lucas Nunikoven steps in. Pitch is swung on and sprayed to the right side. Is hanging up there, and it's going to drift out of play down the right field line for strike 1. Warhawks 2 runs in. Go-ahead run stands at third. is Dylan Meeland. Here's the 0-1 to Nunnakoven. This is Lone away for ball one. The pitch. Outside for ball two. 2-1 now to Nunnakoven. The pitch swung on and hit out to center field. It's drifting over to the right fielder now, and he makes an adjustment. Falls down, but makes the grab, I think. He does. That is Lars Taylor out there. That ball looked like it was going straight away center, then into the gap, and then all the way back over to the right fielder, Taylor, who had to actually fell down to make the catch and end the inning, but not before the Warhawks able to tie it at 3 apiece. Due up for the Braves will be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in Urslis, Hudnut, and Stockman.
At First State Bank, we're proud to support the North Mahaska Warhawks because we believe in community, in teamwork, and in making a difference. With our Spirit Cards, every time you use your card, First State Bank will donate to North Mahaska schools, helping our kids and schools thrive. So, every swipe counts towards something bigger. Plus, we're a community-focused bank, right here at 102 South Main Street in New Sharon. First State Bank, where neighbors come first. Proud supporters of the Warhawks.
And we thank First State Bank for being a big supporter of North Mahaska Athletics here on Steve Shetler Media, as well as Oski Dental, Kelly Style, your State Farm agent, also Proline Building Company, Memories Travel by Jess, and Mahaska Drug. Also on board for the Montezuma side tonight, we've got AE Realty and Montezuma Star Lanes. So thanks to all those businesses for bringing us our broadcast tonight. Again, on Facebook and YouTube. Well, we're heading into that, maybe the final inning of play. We're all knotted up at 3 apiece with North Mahaska and Montezuma baseball.
All right, and we are going to get a pitching change as Hunter Wernley is going to just come in from right field and take over on the mound. Kelderman moves over to second. Vanderveer goes over to first. And I do believe that is it for the changes.
Number 3, Hunter Wernley. And batting for the Braves, number 5, Luke Urselius.
Urselius steps in. 4th at bat of the night as Montezuma and the Warhawks are deadlocked at 3 in the 7th inning. Play 7 in high school baseball. First pitch is fouled away for strike 1. Do not end in a tie, though, so if we have to have extra innings, we'll have extra innings. We'll see what Montezuma does in the bottom half, probably dependent on how they do here in the top half. And the Urselius will continue to pitch. Here's the pitch from Wernley, and this is hit out to left field. Tracking it down is Booner, diving and missing it. Ball drifts. It is a fair ball up against the fence. Safe at second is Urselius.
Now batting number 3.
Booner got all the way over there. That was tight to the line and dove to try to make the catch, but couldn't quite hang on as he fell to the ground. Here is Hudnut. Go ahead runner at second. He's going to show a bunt. And he does bunt it right back to the pitcher. Hard bunt. Fire over to first in time. Vanderveer looks back at Urselius, who moved up on third, so a sack bunt for Hudnut to move the runner up.
Now batting number 8.
First out.
Stockman.
So now the go-ahead run is at third with just 1 out. Stockman at the plate. See what Montezuma tries to do here to get that runner across. First pitch is high for ball 1. Infield does move into the grass line now, protecting that run at home. So any ground ball, they'll try the play. This pitch is above the head of Stockman for ball 2. So 2-0. Pitch gets away from Ferguson. They're going to try to get home, and he's going to in time. Very close play at the plate, but nonetheless, Montezuma is going to take the lead as Ursula scores on the pass ball. And it's a 3-0 to Stockman. As Hunter Wernley pitching in relief to start this inning for Vanderveer. This pitch is high for ball 4.
Now batting number 7, Rhett Parchin.
Parchin steps up with Stockman at first. Big lead by Stockman. The pitch is low for ball 1. One out here in the top of the 7th. The pitch called strike 1, 1-1. Stockman gets his lead. Wernley comes set. Stockman's going to try for 2, and the throw goes back towards the shortstop's hole. Nunikoven able to change directions and at least knock it down to keep it in the infield. Kelderman came over to help him out. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count. Runner at second with 1 out. Pitch is high for ball 3. Fouled for strike 2. The pitch. Call the ball for ball number 4, and that will send Bargan to first. So runners at first and second with 1 out.
Now batting number 32, Isaac Wedgwood.
Bring up Wedgwood, who reached on an error by the second baseman and has struck out twice here tonight. Called strike 1 on the inside part of the plate to Wedgwood. Chance at a double play here to get out of the inning on a ground ball to the infield. Pitch is swung up, popped up in the infield. Tracking it down at third and making the grab was Milan for the second out. And Stockman was stealing on the pitch, so he was almost to third base, had to turn around and hightail it back 2 seconds. So good thing that ball for him, good thing that ball is way up in the air. Plenty of time to get back. Now there's 2 down runners at first and second. Lars Taylor, who had the falling down catch at the end of the last inning. Pitch is swung on and fouled straight back for strike number 1. Pitch is a breaking ball in there for a strike. They're going to try take three and do. As the throw went a little wide for Milan. So runners move up to second and third. No ball, 2 strike count to Taylor. Wernley comes set. Fires a breaking pitch, cuts in there, but just misses upstairs for ball number 1. Taylor actually ducked out of the way there, but that ball came across the plate. Throws a fastball right down the middle to get him looking for strike 3, and we will head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Warhawks need at least 1 to stay alive. Due up for them is Ferguson, Kelderman, and Van Mersbergen. So if you want to be anywhere in your lineup, 2, 3, and 4 is not a good, or is a good spot to be. So That's who's due up at the bottom of the seventh inning.
Proline Building Company in New Sharon designs and builds a wide variety of structures, including commercial, municipal, agricultural, storage, and accessory buildings, as well as custom homes. Our customer-centered design build process ensures the project will meet your needs, however big or small. Whether you're looking to custom design a commercial or municipal building, add to your farm, or construct a hobby building, Proline is your partner every step of the way. Proline Building Company, the builder you know and trust. Thanks to Proline Building Company and all of our sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media for North Mahaska athletic coverage. And do keep in mind, coming up the rest of this week, our softball and baseball schedule has North Mahaska and Sigourney softball on Wednesday night. Friday night, Pekin and Wapello baseball. Then Saturday, we've got Pekin and North Mahaska softball. So tune in. Plenty of baseball and softball coming up this week and this month here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook and YouTube. We're going to the bottom of the seventh. It's a one-run game. North Mahaska needs to get their rally hats on. They're down 4-3.
All righty, and they'll start off with catcher Ferguson. See if he can find a way on.
Number 11, Tyson Ferguson.
He'll dig in. Ursula still pitching for the Braves. Going for the complete game here if he can get through this one. The pitch swung on and hit to left field. It's going to be caught dropped. So Ferguson does reach on the air by left fielder Smothers.
Now batting number 2, Jack Kelderman.
Down as an E7. Kelderman will step up. Tying run is at first. Kelderman represents the go-ahead run, the game-winning run. No one out as they peek over at first base. Pitch is called strike one. Pitch foul tipped back into the catcher's glove for strike number 2. 0-2 on Kelderman now. He struck out his last time up. Pitch is fought off foul. Not a good looking pitch, but Kelderman did what he could to stay alive in the at-bat. Still 0-2. Pitch is high and away for ball 1. His leadoff hitter of the inning, Ferguson's at second, gets his lead. Or at first, excuse me, gets his lead. This is well outside for ball 2. The pitch. Swung on and popped up to the left side, going out of play, and is out of play. Count will remain 2-2. As one would think. That if Kelderman can find his way on. See if North Mahaska elects for some small ball to get the runners up to second and third. We'll see. First, he's got to get on him. 2-2 is popped up to center field. No fly ball has been easy. Second baseman's drifting back. Miscommunication as they run into each other, but it is caught by the shortstop, Wilcox. Wilcox, Hudnut, and Stockman were all there.
Now batting number 12.
And that is the first out.
Van
And the downside to that is if he would have dropped it, Ferguson's kind of in no man's land there. Pitch is swung and hit out to left field. Running in, chasing it down, and letting it drop is Smothers. I think Smothers knew he wasn't going to get there and slowed up, let it drop, and was going to try to throw out Ferguson at second, but Ferguson got there in plenty of time. So now with one out, you got runners at first and second. It's going to bring up Hunter Worley, who came in on relief the last inning. did give up a run. So he's batting to give himself a win. Pitch is swung on, and this is a base hit out to left field. Rounding third and going home. The play is going to be close at the plate. It's overthrown, sliding in, scoring. Up to third. Ferguson able to slide home safely. Van Mersbergen gets all the way to third. Warnley in at second. So at the very minimum, Warnley hit himself into a no decision. Hit himself out of the win, or out of the loss, excuse me.
Luke Bunder.
Vanderveer will also be given a no decision. Warnley could still get the win. Bunder is due up. He has put the ball in play every time at the plate. We'll see. First pitch, outside. Runners at second and third. Game-winning run stands at 60 feet away at third base. It is Van Mersbergen. Game could end on a pass ball for that matter. The pitch is swung on and chopped up the third base line and drifts foul. Four strike one. It's 1-1 with one out. Runners at second and third. Montezuma's infield is in. Of course, they have to go home with any infield hit. Pitch is swung on and popped out to the right field line. Van Mersbergen will be back to tag up, and the ball's going to drop in there. Van Mersbergen's going to be able to walk home. And that will be a win for North Mahaska in the seventh inning. Walk-off base hit ends the game, and hang on here. Montezuma's coaching staff is saying that it's challenging whether that was fair or foul. Be the home plate umpire's call. He talks to him, confirms, and that is the ballgame. North Mahaska comes back to win this in the bottom of the seventh inning by 1. 5-4 is the final score. Warhawks will improve to 3-2. Montezuma will fall to 2-3 on this young season.
Heck of a game, exciting stuff. We do thank our sponsors. Again, from Montezuma tonight, AE Realty and Star Lanes of Montezuma. Also, Oski Dental, Kelly Style at State Farm Insurance, First State Bank, Proline Building Company, Memories Travel by Jess, and Mahaska Drug. That'll do it for tonight's game. Again, North Mahaska rallies in the bottom of the seventh for the 5-4 win over Montezuma in high school basketball. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
It is baseball.
Did I say softball?
You said basketball.
It's a sport with the ball.
Old habits die hard, Steve.
Baseball.
Here
on Steve Shetler Media. We'll be back here in New Sharon on Wednesday for North Mahaska and Sigourney softball. Make sure you tune in then.